The Trick or Treat promo has 5 110 overall Masters and a 112 overall Grandmaster, Damian Lillard. But is it possible to get Dame no money spent, and what does it take to actually get him? Well, in this video, I'm going to go through all of that stuff. And it starts off by taking a look at the limited time event. Now, it is a structure that we have had previously before. The promo in total is out for 7 days. So it started on the 1st of November, and the 2nd of November is the second day. Third day would be the third, and so on and so on. We got 7 days in total of this promo, and as you can see, there are 5 110 Masters, and each one has their own different section, and each of those sections has 4 events in total. So if we take the Karl Anthony Towns section, for example, we got 2 events over here we can go ahead and play through, and then we got another 2 that go on over here. Now, each one will reset at different times. If we go back to the first one, it says it will refresh daily at 6 a.m. EST, whereas the one on the right hand side will refresh at 4 p.m. EST. And if you go around each of the different master events, each one has its own different timer, meaning that those will reset different times throughout the day, but they will all reset at least once every 24 hours, which is going to be important when you go on to the math later on. But as we go ahead and look at these events, what are you actually getting inside of them? Well, let's take a look at the Karl Anthony Towns one, and each one is going to give you 4 Karl Anthony Towns pumpkin tokens and a 50% chance of getting an additional token. Now, these are going to help you out in the set, but it's key that you're looking at that 50% chance at the additional token, because what that means is you got a 4th guaranteed and then a 5th one you could get, and the more you get, the more you're going to be able to go through this promo and get further and try and potentially push to get Dame. Now, obviously, it is a 50% luck. Some people might get more events having 4 tokens than 5, others might have more events giving 5 tokens than 4. It just depends on your luck. There is an extra event over here which is going to be a special event. Now, this one you can only play through once every 24 hours, and what it is it's going to give you a select pack where you're going to basically pick 3 of the specific tokens you want. So I could pick 3 Carmelo Anthony tokens, I could pick 3 McGee tokens. It depends on which master you want to go for. Pick 3 of those tokens of your choice, and you will also get a 10% chance of getting a 103 to 107 overall Trick or Treat player. Now, every time you get one of these players, it's going to dramatically decrease the amount of tokens required to get one of the 110 masters. But in essence, what I suggest you do is take a look at the news tab and select one master which you want to go for first and no money spent. You can then think about the second one and the third one as we get later on, but pick that first one you want to have in mind. So for me, for example, if I want to get Karl Anthony Towns, I'll be making sure that I'm playing through all of his events in particular, and whenever I do this event, I will pick his tokens to make sure that I've got them as we head over into the sets. Now, in the sets, there's lots of different sections you can take a look at, but we'll start off with the Karl Anthony Towns section. And what you need to get each 110 master is the 103 version, the 104, 105, 106, and that 107. So every player between 103 and 107, each one specifically, to get yourself your 110 Karl Anthony Towns. And that's why I said if you manage to get that 10% chance of getting a player from this pack, you're going to decrease the amount of tokens you need in total to get your 110 master. But you have no control over whether you get the player or not and what player it could be, because I might be trying to get Karl Anthony Towns, but say I pull a 103 overall Terry Rozier. That's not really going to help me out in getting Karl Anthony Towns. There's nothing I can do about that, but you do have that 10% chance. So what you're going to do to get those low overall players is you're going to stick in your tokens. So you can see over here, you got Karl Anthony Towns tokens being put to get yourself that 103 version, 20 of them for the 103, 30 for the 104, 45 for the 105, 65 for the 106, and then finally 90 tokens or your 107 overall master. So say I get extremely lucky from that special event pack, I pull myself a 107, that saved me 90 Karl Anthony Towns tokens that I could exchange using these top exchange sets, which we'll go into in a sec, for other different master sets. It's exactly the same for all the other masters. Tyrese Halliburton, for example, all 5 of those players needed to get your 110. All 5 of those low overall players got exactly the same way, just by using his specific tokens instead of any other player. Now, you might have noticed, as you can see in some of these sets, I've got these Trick or Treat trophies, and the reason I've got these is through simply the store. If we go into the Trick or Treat section, scroll all the way to the right hand side, you can see there are different claim packs and different coin packs and cash packs to get yourself these trophies. And what these trophies can be used for is they can be used instead of any specific player token. So I could use these ones in the Karl Anthony Towns sets, the Carmelo Anthony sets, Terry Rozier sets. It doesn't matter. These are trophies. They're basically wild cards, as it were, and you can get them through the store. There's a 5k coins pack, and you can buy 5 of them every single day, or you can watch an advert to get yourself these trophies, as I'm doing right now. There's a claim pack on the right hand side which is completely free, All of these will reset every 24 hours. 100 NBA cash for another one up there up top. And then you can see there are chance packs of you being able to get players. So 1,000 NBA cash for a 9 trick or treat trophy pack. And then you also have a 10% chance of getting an extra 103 to 107 overall player and a 2.5% chance of getting a 107 plus overall trick or treat. So that means you could potentially get yourself those extra players to help you out in the sets. There's also 300 NBA cash one, which does have a chance. It's looking like a less than 1% chance at you getting that Damian Lillard. And then you can see to the alongside of that, you got some bundles, VIP event pass, all of that stuff for real money. So obviously you do have the chances of getting those players to help you out and getting those tokens, but the trophies are really useful because they can be put in place of any other specific token. You will notice along the top there are exchange sets. We'll quickly go through those ones. Here you can basically exchange any of the different player tokens. So I could put in 25 Karl-Anthony Towns tokens and select 15 of the ones I actually wanted. So Tyrese Halliburton ones, for example. Whichever ones you want to get out of it, you can select doing this pack. But this one does have a cooldown on it. I'm not exactly sure as to what the cooldown is, but I know it does have one. It's repeatable, but that cooldown will slow you down a little bit. This one is for 10 for 5, so a little bit worse than this exchange offer because it's 25 for 15, so you're saving 5 tokens, if that makes sense, instead of going for a 2 for 1, whereas this one is simply 2 for 1. You're putting 2 in, you're getting 1 out, 10 for 5 as it were. This one, again, is a basic 2 for 1, so you're putting in 2 tokens you don't want, you're selecting 1 that you don't want. This will become helpful towards the end of the promo when you sort of worked out exactly how many tokens you have in total. It won't really play a part at the beginning unless you're quickly rushing through and trying to get all of those tokens required to get one specific master. And then of course to get Dame, you need to get all 5 of those 110 masters. So you're spending through all of those tokens, getting your 103s to 107 overall masters, getting the 110s, and then 5 of those to get yourself this Dame. He's a playstyle select, he is a point guard, and judging by the homepage, he is looking like he's a point guard and he's giving out that combo guard boost, which is elite, and it's 2 positions. So that's just going off of that homepage over there. He's definitely in the game and you're definitely going to be able to get him if you get all 5 of those 110 masters. But I recommend you definitely save up all of your tokens until maybe the last couple of days of the promo, and then you've sort of worked out which masters you want to get, which ones don't you want to get, and so on and so on. And then you can work out where you want to exchange your tokens to get the masters you do want and disregard the ones that you don't want. Because once you've got to the end of the promo, you know exactly what you've got, which is really going to help you out. But in terms of calculations for this promo, it's a little bit tricky. Of course, the promo's out for in total 7 days. A lot of people did miss the last few hours of that first day just because it took a long time for it to come out. I think it came out about 1 or 2 a.m. EST. So that might be a disadvantage for some of you guys. So you might be looking at it as a 6-day promo, but in total it is a 7-day promo. And if you look at these events, they are giving you 4 to 5 tokens. So the minimum amount of tokens you're getting from every event is 4. The maximum you're getting is 5. The total number of each player event, so example Karl-Anthony Towns events, is 28 throughout the entirety of the promo. And then we can work out the minimum total tokens, which is 112. So if you pull full tokens on every single Karl-Anthony Towns event, you're getting 112 Karl-Anthony Towns tokens. If you pull 5 tokens on every event, you're getting 140 tokens. That's the maximum. Whereas if you get sort of in between, so 4.5 tokens, as it were, on every event, that's 126, which is the average amount of tokens of every single player. So that's 126 Towns tokens, 126 Terry Rozier tokens, 126 Halliburton tokens, and so on and so on. But then let's take a look at the trophies themselves. As I said, these can be used in place of any specific master. And you look at the claim pack, that's 1 a day, so that's 7 in total. The coin pack, that's 5 a day, so that's 35 across the entirety of the promo. A special show event over here is basically a trophy one because you're selecting the tokens that you want, so it kind of acts as a trophy. That's 3 every single day, times that by 7, that's 21 in total. So in total, you're going to get yourself 9 trophies daily, 63 in total. Again, we're kind of classifying the tokens you're getting from this event over here as trophies, even though they're not, because they are basically select ones. So now let's go back to the sets. What do you actually need to get yourself a 110 master? As we went through all of the different sets from 103 to 107, you're going to need a total of 250 tokens to get one 110 master. And if we just quickly go back to the average amount of tokens you're getting from events, that's 126. Now that does mean if you pair up the amount of tokens you're getting from each player, so 126, add the total amount of trophies, that puts you at 189 tokens, which is quite a bit short of getting the 110 overall. However, you would then go ahead and trade in different player tokens using these exchange sets along the top to get the tokens you want. So if I'm trying to get Towns, I would have that 126 tokens, or maybe a bit more or a bit less, depending on your luck. I would then use the trophies in the sets to get the 103, 104, 105, 106, and 107 version of him. And then I would go ahead and trade in, say, Terry Rozier tokens in the 2 for 1 offers. masters, the 10 for 5 offer, or the 25 for 15 ones, or Halliburton tokens, or McGee tokens, or Anthony tokens to get myself Karl Anthony Towns tokens at the end of it. So you are pretty much guaranteed at least one 110 master. You could maybe get 2. It is a little bit unlikely you would get 3 nominally spent, but you do have a couple of things you have to take into consideration. Again, all of this stuff is based upon luck, and you do have 7 opportunities in total, depending on when you started playing the promo, to get that 10% chance of getting a 103 to 107 overall player, which would decrease the amount of tokens required to get the 110, and ultimately it all depends on luck. We'll end off quickly with the stamina cost, because I know a lot of people ask me about that sort of stuff, and every single player event costs 50 stamina in total. So for all the Karl Anthony Towns events, that's 200 stamina per day. Rozier events, that's 200 stamina, and so on and so on, plus the extra special show one, which is 100 stamina. That's 1,100 stamina per day, which isn't too much, but it is working out. Do you want to spend a stamina on this, or do you want to spend it on the No Shave November promo? It's kind of weighing out what do you think you will get from this promo. So hopefully that helped you out. Let me know in the comment section down below which master you're going to go for. But I also did a No Shave November pack opening, and if you want to go check that out, go check out the video in the bottom left hand corner, and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.